Imagine a time when vast herds of powerful, shaggy-coated bison roamed freely across the North American plains, their hoofbeats thundering like distant storms. These iconic creatures, once numbering in the millions, shaped the land, influenced indigenous cultures, and became a symbol of strength and resilience. However, their journey has not been without hardship. From near extinction to a remarkable conservation success story, the bison's history is one of survival against the odds. But what makes these majestic animals so unique, and how have they continued to endure despite past challenges? The bison, often mistakenly called a buffalo, is the largest land mammal in North America. These powerful herbivores once roamed the continent in enormous numbers, playing a crucial role in the prairie ecosystem by grazing on grasslands and shaping the environment. They were also deeply revered by indigenous tribes, who relied on them for food, clothing, tools, and spiritual significance. Bison belong to the Bovidae family and are divided into two main subspecies, the plains bison, bison bison, and the wood bison, bison athabasci. Plains bison are more commonly recognized and historically dominated the Great Plains, while wood bison are larger and primarily inhabit the boreal forests of Canada and Alaska. The 19th century brought devastation to the bison population. European settlers, fueled by westward expansion, engaged in mass hunting, reducing the population from an estimated 30 to 60 million to fewer than 1,000 by the late 1800s. This near-extinction event was driven not only by economic factors but also by efforts to weaken indigenous communities who depended on bison for survival. Despite this tragic decline, conservation efforts in the early 20th century helped bring bison back from the brink. Private ranchers, Native American groups, and government initiatives worked together to protect and repopulate bison herds. Today, thanks to these efforts, over 500,000 bison exist across North America, primarily in conservation herds, national parks, and private ranches. Bison are more than just a historical relic, they play an essential role in ecological restoration. Their grazing patterns help maintain healthy grasslands, promoting biodiversity and preventing overgrowth. Additionally, they have cultural significance, particularly for indigenous communities working to restore traditional bison herding practices. As climate change and habitat loss continue to threaten wildlife, the story of the bison serves as a testament to the power of conservation and resilience. Their return from near extinction is an inspiring reminder that with dedication and respect for nature, even the most endangered species can make a comeback. If this is your first time on our channel, welcome. All we do every day is to bring you an amazing wildlife documentary, animal science and discovery-packed educational content about different animals in the world. If this is something you are interested in, like this video, subscribe to this channel and turn on bell notification to get instant notification whenever we drop a new video. Now let's dive deep into the early life and development of bison. Bison, the largest land mammals in North America, begin their journey in the wild through live birth, much like other large herbivores. The process of reproduction and early life development plays a crucial role in their survival and the continuation of their species. Female bison, called cows, typically give birth to a single calf after a gestation period of about 9 months. This birth usually occurs in the spring when food is more abundant, ensuring that the newborn has the best chance of survival. Unlike some other animals that hide their young in secluded areas, bison calves are born in open grasslands, a strategy that relies on the protection of the herd rather than concealment. When a bison calf is born, it weighs between 30 to 70 pounds and has a distinctive reddish-brown coat, which is lighter than the dark brown fur of adult bison. This unique coloring helps the calf blend into the grasslands while also signaling to the rest of the herd that it is young and requires protection. Within just a few hours of birth, the calf is able to stand and walk, an essential ability for survival in an environment where predators such as wolves and bears pose a constant threat. The mother remains close to her newborn, providing warmth, protection, and nourishment through her milk. During the first few weeks, the calf stays very close to its mother, nursing frequently and gaining strength. As the calf grows, it begins to interact more with other young bison in the herd, forming small playgroups. These interactions are not just for social bonding but are crucial for developing the physical skills necessary for survival. Young bison practice running, jumping, and mock fighting, which help them build strength and coordination. During this stage, they are still highly dependent on their mothers for nourishment and guidance. The mother teaches her calf how to recognize dangers, stay with the herd, and find the best grazing areas. By the time a calf reaches 3 to 4 months of age, it starts to transition to a diet that includes grass and other vegetation, although it continues to nurse occasionally for additional nutrients. Its coat begins to darken, resembling the deep brown color of adult bison. The calf also becomes more independent, wandering farther from its mother but still staying within the safety of the herd. This stage is crucial, as the young bison must start learning the fundamental skills that will enable it to survive on its own in the wild. As the juvenile bison continues to grow, it enters a phase where play becomes more intense and structured, often mimicking the behaviors of adult bison. Males, in particular, engage in more aggressive play fights, which prepare them for the dominance battles they will face later in life. Female juveniles, while also engaging in social play, focus more on forming strong bonds within the herd. This stage of development is essential, as it not only strengthens the muscles and endurance of young bison but also helps them establish their place within the herd's social structure. One of the most critical aspects of a young bison's development is learning survival skills. Unlike predators that rely on their parents to teach them hunting techniques, bison inherit much of their survival knowledge through instinct and social learning. They observe older members of the herd to learn how to find food, detect dangers, and respond to threats. For example, when a predator approaches, adult bison exhibit defensive behaviors such as forming a protective circle around the young or charging at the threat. The calves and juveniles quickly learn that staying close to the herd is their best defense. In addition to predator awareness, bison must learn how to navigate the changing seasons, as their environment varies drastically throughout the year. In summer, food is abundant, and young bison can graze freely, learning to distinguish between different types of vegetation. However, as winter approaches, they must adapt to harsher conditions, including deep snow and scarce food sources. Young bison observe adult members of the herd using their strong heads to clear snow and access buried grass, a skill they will eventually need to master themselves. By the time a bison reaches 2 to 3 years of age, it enters adulthood. Males and females begin to take on different roles within the herd. Females tend to stay within the main herd, often remaining with their mothers and forming close-knit social groups. Males, on the other hand, gradually become more independent and may leave the main herd to join bachelor groups. These bachelor herds consist of younger males that spend their time grazing and sparring with one another, preparing for the challenges of adulthood. For male bison, one of the most important lessons they must learn is how to compete for mates. During the mating season, also known as the rut, dominant males must assert their strength and status through displays of power, including headbutting and vocalizations. Younger males watch and learn from these interactions, developing their own strategies for future competitions. Only the strongest males will earn the right to mate, ensuring that the herd continues to produce healthy offspring. Females, meanwhile, take on the responsibility of maintaining herd cohesion and caring for future generations. They learn how to select the best grazing areas, navigate migration routes, and recognize signs of environmental changes. These skills are passed down from older, experienced females to younger members of the herd, ensuring the survival of future generations. Throughout their lives, bison rely on both instinct and learned behavior to navigate their complex social and environmental challenges. Their ability to adapt and work together as a herd is what has allowed them to survive for thousands of years, even in the face of significant threats such as habitat loss and human intervention. The journey from birth to adulthood is filled with challenges, but through their resilience and the guidance of the herd, young bison grow into the powerful and iconic creatures that symbolize the untamed spirit of North America. Habitat and distribution of bison. Bison, often regarded as one of North America's most iconic animals, have historically roamed vast landscapes, shaping the ecosystems they inhabit. These large, resilient mammals are primarily found in grasslands, prairies, and open woodlands, but their adaptability allows them to survive in a range of environments. Over time, habitat destruction and human intervention have significantly altered their natural distribution, but conservation efforts continue to restore bison populations across North America. Understanding where bison live, their preferred climate, and their migration patterns provides insight into their survival strategies and ecological significance. Bison are naturally adapted to open plains and grasslands, where they can graze freely and move in large herds. The Great Plains of North America, stretching from Canada through the central United States into Mexico, once served as their primary habitat. These vast, open spaces provided an abundance of grass, their main food source, and allowed them to travel long distances in search of fresh grazing areas. Historically, bison also inhabited parts of the eastern United States, the Rocky Mountains, and the boreal forests of Canada. However, habitat loss due to agricultural expansion and urban development has confined modern populations to specific protected areas, including national parks, wildlife reserves, and private ranches. Within the bison species, there are two main subspecies with distinct habitat preferences, the plains bison and the wood bison. The plains bison, primarily inhabit open grasslands, prairies, and rolling plains. They are more commonly associated with the iconic herds that once numbered in the millions across the Great Plains. These animals thrive in open environments where they can graze efficiently and detect predators from a distance. Wood bison athabasci, the larger of the two subspecies, are primarily found in boreal forests and northern grasslands. Unlike their plains counterparts, wood bison prefer a mix of open meadows and forested areas, where they can find shelter from harsh weather conditions. They are well adapted to surviving in colder climates, particularly in regions of Canada such as Alberta, British Columbia, and the Northwest Territories. Wood bison populations were historically smaller than those of plains bison, but conservation efforts have helped restore some of their natural range. Bison are remarkably adaptable animals capable of withstanding a wide range of climates, from the scorching summers of the Great Plains to the freezing winters of Canada. They have thick, dense fur that provides insulation against extreme cold, and their ability to store fat reserves helps them survive harsh winters when food is scarce. Their large hump, composed of powerful muscles, enables them to plow through deep snow, uncovering buried grasses and plants. This adaptation is particularly important for wood bison, which live in regions where snow can accumulate heavily in the winter months. Despite their tolerance for cold temperatures, bison do best in temperate to semi-arid climates where there is an abundance of grasses, sedges, and shrubs. They are less commonly found in extremely arid deserts, tropical forests, or wetlands, as these environments do not provide the vast open spaces and grazing resources they require. However, some bison populations have been introduced to non-native habitats, such as certain regions of Europe and Asia, as part of conservation and rewilding efforts. Migration is an essential aspect of bison behavior, particularly in their historical range. Before their population decline in the 19th century, bison undertook long seasonal migrations, traveling hundreds of miles in search of food and water. These migrations followed natural cycles, with bison moving to summer grazing areas where grasses were plentiful and retreating to more sheltered areas during the winter to escape harsh weather conditions. The seasonal movement of bison was influenced by factors such as weather, food availability, and water sources. In the summer, bison would roam the vast prairies, taking advantage of the abundant grasses that thrived in the warm temperatures. As autumn approached and the grasses began to dry, herds would start moving toward areas with more reliable water sources, such as river valleys and forested regions. During the winter, bison sought shelter in areas with less snow cover, allowing them to conserve energy while still finding food. Although large-scale migration patterns have been disrupted due to habitat fragmentation, some bison populations still exhibit seasonal movements. In Yellowstone National Park, for example, wild bison follow migration routes that have been used for centuries. They move between lower and higher elevations depending on the time of year, adapting to changing conditions to maximize their access to food and avoid deep snow. This natural migration behavior helps maintain ecosystem balance by preventing overgrazing in any one location and promoting plant regrowth. Bison also play a crucial role in shaping their environment through their movement patterns. As they travel, they create trails, aerate the soil with their hooves, and disperse seeds through their dung. This activity helps maintain healthy grasslands by promoting plant diversity and preventing the overgrowth of certain species. Their grazing patterns also reduce wildfire risk by keeping grasslands trimmed, benefiting other species that share their habitat. The loss of natural migration routes due to human development, fencing, and agriculture has significantly impacted bison populations. Unlike in the past, when herds could move freely across the landscape, modern bison are often restricted to designated parks and reserves. This limitation can lead to overgrazing in confined areas and requires careful management to ensure that bison have enough food throughout the year. Conservation initiatives have sought to restore some aspects of traditional bison movement by establishing larger protected areas and wildlife corridors. Some indigenous-led programs focus on reintroducing bison to their ancestral lands, allowing them to roam more freely as they did before European colonization. These efforts not only benefit the bison but also help restore ecosystems that depend on their presence. Despite past challenges, bison continue to demonstrate remarkable resilience in adapting to modern landscapes. Their ability to survive in diverse environments, from open grasslands to forested regions, highlights their ecological importance. As conservation efforts expand and more land is set aside for their protection, bison populations may once again be able to reclaim some of their historical migration patterns. In recent years, bison have also been introduced to areas outside of their traditional range as part of conservation and ecological restoration projects. In Europe, for example, efforts have been made to reintroduce the European bison, Bison bonaesus, a close relative of the American bison, to forests and grasslands where they once thrived. Similarly, some rewilding projects in North America aim to restore bison to landscapes where they have been absent for over a century, allowing them to play their natural role in maintaining ecosystem health. Overall, the habitat and distribution of bison have changed dramatically over the past few centuries, but their adaptability and ecological significance remain crucial. Whether in the open prairies of North America or the boreal forests of Canada, bison continue to be a keystone species, shaping the landscapes they inhabit. As conservation efforts progress, restoring their natural migration patterns and expanding their habitat will be essential in ensuring the long-term survival of these majestic animals. If you're enjoying learning new thing about this animal, or probably this is your first time knowing this animal, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel, comment what you learned so far, and tell us other animals you want to see on this channel. Hit the subscribe button for more amazing wildlife documentaries, animal science, and discovery-packed educational content. Physical characteristics and adaptations of bison. Bison are among the most formidable and iconic mammals of North America, known for their massive size, thick fur, and powerful build. These animals have evolved a range of physical characteristics and adaptations that allow them to survive in the diverse environments they inhabit. From their strong muscular bodies to their specialized fur that protects them from harsh weather, bison are perfectly designed for life in the wild. Their unique body features not only help them navigate their surroundings but also play a crucial role in their survival against predators, extreme weather, and food scarcity. One of the most striking features of bison is their immense size. As the largest land mammals in North America, adult bison can reach impressive dimensions. Males, known as bulls, typically weigh between 1,600 and 2,600 pounds, with some reaching up to 3,000 pounds. They stand about 5 to 6.5 feet tall at the shoulder and can grow over 10 feet in length. Females, called cows, are smaller but still substantial, usually weighing between 900 and 1,200 pounds. Despite their massive build, bison are surprisingly agile and can run at speeds of up to 35 miles per hour when threatened. This combination of size and speed makes them formidable opponents against predators. The bison's body is built for power and endurance. Their large, muscular shoulders support their massive heads, which they use to plow through deep snow in search of food during winter. This hump is composed of powerful muscles that connect to their spine, allowing them to swing their heavy heads forcefully. This adaptation is essential for winter survival, as it helps them uncover grasses hidden beneath layers of snow. Unlike other herbivores that struggle in snowy conditions, bison use their natural strength to access food, making them well-equipped for harsh environments. Bison have a thick, shaggy coat that provides insulation against extreme temperatures. Their fur consists of two layers, a dense undercoat that traps body heat and a longer outer layer that repels rain and snow. During winter, their fur grows even thicker, forming a protective barrier that shields them from freezing winds and snowstorms. This adaptation allows bison to withstand temperatures as low as -40 degrees Fahrenheit. As the seasons change, bison shed their winter coats in the spring by rubbing against trees and rocks, helping them stay cool in the warmer months. This shedding process also reduces parasites and maintains healthy skin. The color of a bison's fur varies depending on age and season. Newborn calves are born with a reddish-brown coat, which gradually darkens to a deep brown as they mature. This color change helps calves blend into the prairie grasses, providing some protection from predators. Adult bison typically have dark brown or black fur, which helps them absorb heat in the winter while also providing camouflage in the vast landscapes they roam. This natural coloration allows them to blend into their surroundings, making it harder for predators to single them out. One of the most distinctive features of bison is their curved, sharp horns. Both males and females have horns, which can grow up to 2 feet in length. These horns serve multiple purposes, including defense against predators, dominance battles between males, and protection of their young. During the mating season, bulls use their horns in combat to establish dominance and win the right to mate. These battles involve headbutting and pushing, showcasing their immense strength. In addition to their role in social hierarchy, horns are also used as weapons against wolves and other threats. A well-placed strike from a bison's horns can seriously injure or even kill a predator. Bison possess highly developed senses that aid in their survival. Their keen sense of smell allows them to detect predators, locate water sources, and identify food even under thick layers of snow. Their large, dark eyes provide good vision, though their depth perception is not as strong as that of some other animals. However, their wide field of view enables them to spot movement from a distance, giving them time to react to approaching threats. Their hearing is also well developed, allowing them to pick up on the sounds of predators or the calls of their herd members. Another remarkable adaptation of bison is their hooves, which are designed for traversing different terrains. Their large, cloven hooves provide stability on slippery surfaces, allowing them to move efficiently through snow, mud, and rocky landscapes. These hooves also help them dig through snow to reach grass in winter. Their ability to cover long distances in search of food and water is crucial to their survival, especially in environments where resources can be scarce. Bison have a specialized digestive system that enables them to extract maximum nutrients from their plant-based diet. As ruminants, they possess a 4-chambered stomach that allows them to break down tough plant material through fermentation. This system enables them to digest fibrous grasses that other animals might find difficult to process. After grazing, bison regurgitate partially digested food, chew it again, a process known as cud chewing, and swallow it once more for further digestion. This adaptation allows them to efficiently extract energy from the low-nutrient vegetation found in their natural habitats. Social behavior is another key adaptation that helps bison survive in the wild. They live in herds, which provide protection against predators such as wolves and bears. By staying together, bison reduce the risk of individual attacks and can collectively defend their young. When a threat is detected, adult bison form a protective circle around the calves, with the strongest members facing outward to deter predators. This defensive strategy increases the survival chances of the more vulnerable herd members. Bison also use vocalizations and body language to communicate within the herd. They produce deep grunts and snorts to signal danger, call for mates, or establish dominance. During the mating season, bulls emit loud bellows to challenge rivals and attract females. These vocalizations help maintain social order and reinforce group cohesion. Despite their size and strength, bison face several challenges in the wild, including habitat loss and climate change. Their physical adaptations, however, have allowed them to persist through harsh conditions for thousands of years. Conservation efforts have focused on protecting their natural habitats and ensuring that future generations can continue to thrive. Overall, bison are a testament to the power of adaptation. Their massive size, dense fur, sharp horns, strong hooves, and specialized digestive system all contribute to their ability to survive in a variety of environments. Whether enduring harsh winters, fending off predators, or navigating vast landscapes in search of food, bison have evolved to be one of the most resilient species in North America. Through conservation and habitat restoration efforts, these incredible animals continue to play a vital role in maintaining the health and balance of the ecosystems they call home. If you're enjoying learning new thing about this animal, or probably this is your first time knowing this animal, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel, comment what you learned so far, and tell us other animals you want to see on this channel. Hit the subscribe button for more amazing wildlife documentaries, animal science, and discovery-packed educational content.